It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Let's go upstairs for questions in the press box. Questions for the number 9 Budweiser Dodge team. Go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Casey, can you address the confidence issue? Because when you came over the radio and you said we won, it was almost like you were in disbelief.
Well, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Last night, I saw. I mean, it's just a tough race. I mean, this is a tough race to win, and I couldn't believe a minute ago I was on Speed Channel and they said that I think I'm the 6th guy to win the All-Star race and this race, and the other ones are Dale Earnhardt, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Davey Allison, and Darrell Waltrip. And I mean, to have my name with those names, I think that's probably one of the neatest things that I've ever done in racing, and it's all because of my team and all because of these guys that I work with. And it really feels good, and to win this weekend, to win on this weekend. This is a big weekend, and confidence is huge. I feel like I give better input this week than I did, last week in the All-Star race. I did good, but in the Open, I didn't do that good. In practice, I didn't do that good. So I feel like I've stepped up and given Kenny more to work with as a crew chief, and I've given Kenny and Chad, our engineer, more to work with, and more on what the car's doing throughout the entire corner. And I wasn't doing that at the start of the year at say Darlington. So, I think that's a big part of confidence, and it shows on the racetrack.
Let's stay upstairs for another question. Go ahead.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. Casey, you have won the longest race 2 times in 3 years. You've won back-to-back races here. I know that people who win a lot always say that a place is their favorite, but besides that, is there anything about this place that is particularly good for you? I mean, I don't believe it has the same surface as when you won the first time. I mean, what is it about this track that gives you an edge?
I don't necessarily know. I know that we've always been good here with, I don't know if it's our Dodge Chargers or what it is, but we've always been fast here since 2004, driving for Ray and in the Gillettes. And I enjoy this track. It is my favorite track now. Atlanta's been my favorite, and now Charlotte is after last week and this week. And I think a track that you win a lot at, you have to take as your favorite, and this is by far the track that we've won the most at. So, man, I don't really know. Our cars. I know what I want a car to feel like at this track, and I know what when we test and when we run practice, the things that I tell Kenny so that we can get the car to feel the way I want it to. And for some reason, the way I want it to feel works out well here. Obviously, Tony's good here, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, so they must have a feel for this place too. But I think it's just you figure out what you want to feel, and if that's fast at that racetrack, when you get it, then you'll be fast. And maybe what I want to feel at other tracks isn't quite as fast, and that's why we don't win at them.
Other questions upstairs before we come back down here? Anybody?
Kerry, we are clear from upstairs.
All right, let's come back downstairs. Jim, did you have a question? Let's go Jim and then Bonkowski.
Jim Hunter, Charlotte Observer. Casey, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, talking about how you felt coming into this weekend and maybe at Darlington, after everything that's transpired here in the last 2 weeks, I mean, what do you come away feeling? Is it disbelief? Is it a better appreciation for the team that you already have in place to go forward to the end of the year? Just what has the 2 weeks here kind of left you with?
I really just think that the people that work on these cars, the engineers, the people that build them, we just have a better race car, a better package, a better shock package and horsepower. I mean, everything than what I thought 3 weeks ago. And I mean, that's basically what it is. I feel like our cars handle the things that we're doing, the way that they're building them, the way they're building the chassis. I mean, everything is better than what I thought it was. And really, I think we learned a lot here at the test, and we carried that to Darlington and had one of the best cars in practice. Should have qualified up front, and I hit the wall, and we ran our backup there, so we didn't run that well. But we were going to run well there too. So I think the Charlotte test has helped us a lot, and then the confidence and just realizing that, hey, these cars, these shocks, everything we're doing is actually really, really good, and we can run with Kyle Busch.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry Bonkowski, Yahoo Sports. Casey, the old saying is a win's a win, no matter how you get it. Is it more? Do you like it more when you're able to be there at the end and luck is on your side, as opposed to just dominating a race? I mean, is it more? Do you get more out of it because you were there at the right time, at the right place?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I get more out of it. I would say, a win is difficult, no matter what you're racing anymore, and especially in the Sprint Cup Series, a win is difficult. But I mean, to get it the way we got it tonight, I mean, it wasn't like we weren't fast. It wasn't like I couldn't run with Dale Jr. early in the race, or I couldn't lead laps, or Tony was behind us when I pitted, and he took less gas, so he got way out front. So I mean, we were a first or second place car at the end of the race, and and Tony was a first or second place car, and he had a problem. So I just when luck's on your side, you can't. I mean, it's great. I mean, luck is a big part of what I think everyday life.
David, got another question? Go ahead.
Ray, last year, we talked a lot about the way your team had to mesh in terms of all of the people working together, the racers, the engineers, all of the various aspects of the race team, and putting it all together, and that whole chemistry thing. Was there a turning point? Is there one thing, or is it a series of little things that everybody just sort of? Was there a big meeting where everybody said, "Okay, we're all working together now," anything like that? Or is it just evolutionary?
I think it's evolutionary when you slide back a little bit, like we did with the team. I saw my partner walked in here, so we need to get him a chair. Mr. Gillette is here for our first points win, so it'd be great to have him be able to come up here and answer some questions, because he's a big part of what we did. It takes time. As we said in January, we had a plan that we were going to rearrange things. We brought in Mark McCardle and let him completely restructure the competition and manufacturing way that we were doing things. I think that the guys opened up communication better on how they were going to share. They built a different spec of car. Just that overall true manufacturing process that Mark brought from the engine shop, and saying, hey, we're going to do this in communication. And with all that said, it still takes time, and you're starting to see some of that communication now. We knew that it was going to be a little bit of time. We were going to run maybe top 10, top 15, and then we were hoping that towards the middle of the year we were going to be able to challenge to win races, and I really think you're seeing out the schedule that Mark has laid out.
George Gillette has joined us here at the podium, and George, how's it feel to have the Coca-Cola 600 winner, number 9, Budweiser Dodge? How's that feel?
Well, officially, I'd like to thank the three gentlemen to my right, Casey, Kenny, and Ray. This has been a heck of a team effort. There really was a turning point, in my opinion, and it was the fans. When the fans voted Casey in last weekend, it changed everything. And then Casey and Kenny had a great car, and Ray's genius really showed. So thanks to the fans, because it really came out of them.
I'm told we have a question up in the press box for George. Go ahead, please.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Casey, can you address the commitment that the Gillettes have made since joining the organization?
Yeah, I mean, they've made a huge commitment. They've stepped up, and I mean, with our team, with the 19, with the 10, obviously the nationwide car, we're running 2 cars there now. I mean, they're working very hard to give us the opportunity to have really good race cars, and they've stepped up. It's been a lot of fun to work with George and Alex and Foster. I mean, all the Gillettes have been good to us. So it's nice when you start winning and when you run up front and see a plan come together, and putting Mark McCardle up in charge. I mean, Ray and George deciding to do that with Mark. I mean, that's a big deal, and they're behind basically everything we're doing right now. So it's nice to know that we have the Gillette family behind what we're doing.
All right, let's come back downstairs now. Question.